It's Mike coming at you with a very special Planet Coaster episode. Thank you for joining me and welcome to the top 10 parks of 2022. If last year's top 10 parks was difficult and almost caused me PTSD, it doesn't even come close to this year's top 10. The level of creativity, originality and sheer scope and scale of some of the parks that I've spotlighted this year has absolutely blown me away, and I've spent many a night deliberating on this top 10 parks video, but after many sleepless nights, crying into a pillow and screaming internally, I've finally managed to get a top 10. Now if you do enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment on the video and subscribe to the channel for more Planet Coaster content. And remember, these are only my personal choices, and if you do disagree with any of them, clearly you are wrong and my lawyers will be in touch. But without any more messing about, let's get into this top 10, shall we? Kicking us off at number 10, we have Hero Academy, one of the earliest parks of the year that I spotlighted, and it's a collab park created by Mavs4 and TJ Puffs. Now, Hero Academy was created on the PlayStation 5, and the Asian themes is one of my favourite themes in the entire game. So to see an entire Asian themed park was one of my highlights of the year. The lighting was sensational, and some of the sightlines, I could have genuinely saved them as my desktop screensaver. Love this park, and I want to see more Asian parks moving forward into next year. An entire year. That's how long our park at number 9 took to build. Quilcadron is a PlayStation 5 park created by Commander86. I honestly couldn't believe what I was looking at while spotlighting this park. It took an entire hour to spotlight, even though it's not a theme park and I had no rides to go on, and yet despite all of that, I still missed parts of this park. This was just pure art and creativity at the very highest level, and one of the most unique creations I've seen done. Yeah, amazing. Nerd Chacho had one of his very first console experiences when he joined me for this incredible park created by Tall Guy Gaming. Carlos Gardens is a PlayStation 5 park and one of only 2 parks that I've spotlighted this year that was created in challenge mode instead of sandbox mode. I'm afraid I don't have the patience for playing in challenge mode and worrying about trivial things such as finances and rides continuously breaking down. Not for me, I'm afraid. I'll just stick with sandbox mode. But this was a highly immersive park with a big focus on the smaller things, and I loved the really clever use of foliage in this park. Great job, loved it. Our park at number 7 was lucky enough to get 2 separate spotlights this year, both for the PlayStation 4 version and then later in the year the expanded PlayStation 5 edition. Dixieland was created by Veil7, and what Veil did in this park left me almost speechless. Me, speechless. Shocking, I know. The architecture in this park is some of the very best I've seen done yet on console, and not an inch of the park was left untouched. The interiors of all the buildings were done, including a theatre and a cinema. This is the type of park you can walk around and forget you're playing Planet Coaster and just lose yourself in the experience. I loved it from start to finish, and honestly, I could spend all day in this park. Dragon Ball McQueen subverted all of my expectations with our park at number 6. Lost Fortress was created on a PlayStation 5, and whilst I was a big fan of Dragon's previous parks that I'd spotlighted, what he achieved with Lost Fortress blew my mind. Now, if Asian theme is my favourite theme in the game, then steampunk comes in a very close second, and the way in which Dragon managed to make this steampunk park so original was amazing. I had to stop numerous times in the spotlight just to take things apart to see how he built them. Unfortunately, Dragon has now set himself an incredibly high benchmark to try and meet for his next park, but if it's even half as good as this one, it's a park I am very excited to see. Great job. Our first Xbox park comes in at number 5. U-Spirit was created by FIFA is Trash on the next gen Xbox. U-Spirit is a beautiful tribute to Phantasialand and the B&M Wing Coaster Fly. and this park was number 1 on the Xbox Workshop page for a long time, and it's not hard to see why. I couldn't believe the amount of detail which was crammed into such a small park and such a small area. Now, I've never been to Phantasialand, but this park truly made me feel like I was actually there. This has got to be amongst one of the best recreations done yet on console, and I honestly believe it is a testament to how far the console community has come on since the game's launch in 2020. And it only makes me more excited to see what the future holds for our console community as we continue to evolve with this game. One of the more unique creations, Shrunk, comes in at number 4. Shrunk was created by Industriplex for the PlayStation 5. I'll be honest, from the first time I looked at this park, I always knew this was going to be in my top 5 parks of the year. This is genuinely one of my favourite parks that I've spotlighted in the entire 2 years I've been doing spotlights now. I believe this was the first truly unique and out-of-the-box creations I'd seen at the time, and when I think of original concepts, this is always the first park that comes to my mind. The way that Industriplex was able to use some of the food items within the game that the vast majority of us never dreamed to use due to the fact that they are way too big, and then utilising that concept for a shrunken park was just genius. It felt like a fully functioning kitchen, just with little people walking around on the worktops, and roller coasters going in and out of the oven. But besides that, fully functioning kitchen, there you go. The biggest percentage park I've ever spotlighted comes in at number 3. God of War was created on a PlayStation 5 by Anthony Duhigg and comes in at a whopping 135%. How this park even functions and doesn't melt your PlayStations, I'll never know. This park was one giant love letter to the 2018 God of War game and contains all of the areas from the game that you would expect to see, from Freya's house under a giant turtle to the Bifrost and even an archery area for Atreus. The park also splits off into numerous realms, including Elfheim, home of the elves, Jotunheim, home of the giants, and Helheim, the place of the dead, which was all coloured beautifully, really eerie area. Anthony spared no expense with Easter eggs, references, and just honouring the source material whilst creating this park. And as a testament as to just how big this park is, it was the only spotlight this year that I had to split into 2 spotlights as I just couldn't fit it in to an hour long. Incredible park from start to finish, loved it. Inspired by Moomin Little Socks' Little Rock series, Little Hamlet Hollows comes in at number 2. Founded by Flooded Tombs, this park featured numerous creators from the Xbox community, including Planet Plipcam. I was honoured to be asked to be a part of this park, and I added a chair plane towards the back of the park over a water feature, because of course I added a water feature. What the creators did for this park were all incredible, and inch for inch I would put a strong argument forward that this is one of the most realistic parks I've seen yet created on the console. There wasn't a single square inch that wasn't detailed in some way and modified, even down to things such as vending machines having covering on them to look like Coke machines. Flooded Tombs truly organised this park down to perfection, and all the little extras that he added to bring the park together and make it feel more coherent. This park was truly a masterpiece from start to finish. The best collab park yet created on the console, and another extremely high benchmark set. I cannot wait to see what the PlayStation do in answer. So our number one park for 2022 is Eden Springs, created by Matty on the PlayStation 5. What? No, I'm trying to record. What do you mean I can't include my own park? But it's my video, I can do whatever I want. I've got to put somebody else at number one. Oh, for crying out loud. Fine, if I must. Was it ever going to be anything else? The Empire takes the number one spot for 2022 as little surprise to pretty much nobody. The Empire was created by Alberus and Warren G for the PlayStation 5, and what can I say about this park that hasn't already been said either by myself or by other content creators? It's just a masterpiece of a park. I love this park, from the theming to the incredible architecture to the dueling coasters that tell a story of loss and glory, how they both meet in the Colosseum and they're fighting, weaving in and out of each other. When spotlighting this park, I was just sat completely dumbfounded numerous times and at a loss for words. The detailing on the buildings and the Colosseum was on a whole new level, like nothing else I've seen. I truly forgot that I was playing Planet Coaster when touring this park. However, I am slightly concerned, because Alberus has contacted me recently telling me that he has another park ready for me to spotlight, and he honestly believes that it's even better than this park. Now I find that very difficult to believe, because to me this park is perfection, and that's why I put this park at number one for 2022 Parks of the Year. So there we have another year gone and another top 10 Parks of the Year video. Thank you ever so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you did all enjoy this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy it and leave a comment down below, as it really helps me out. And I'll be back in the new year for more Planet Coaster spotlights. We have some amazing parks upcoming in the new year, including the new park from Alberus, which I am extremely excited about. Can he win number one park 2 years in a row? We'll have to wait and see on that one. But have a wonderful New Year's, everyone. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, and see you all in the new year. Bye, everyone!